Hello, I'd like to share the work of 8 photographers who I greatly admire. It's a very subjective selection of photos based on my personal taste. The bottom line is, I love looking at these images. They evoke a strong emotional response in me. The obvious first choice would have been Freeman Patterson, whose work is internationally recognized, but I felt his work deserves an entire slideshow of its own. So instead, I decided to start with Canadian photographer Richard Martin. Most of all, I love his colors, which are juicy and rich. He says, "For me, image making is something intuitive and meditative. I may spend an hour waiting for the moment when the light transforms the ordinary into something mystical, surreal, and poetic." Guy Tal is a landscape photographer whose images draw me in and leave me in awe. He says, "I chose nature photography as a way of capturing and sharing the beauty, power, and fragility of wild places and the life that inhabits them." William Neal is also a landscape photographer who lives near Yosemite Park. He says, "I would rather make an image that asks a question than one that answers one that intrigues and arouses curiosity in the viewer." Huntington Witherell's topics are varied. However, the one that I like the most is called photosynthesis. I like it because of its lush, rich colors. He says, once the original camera image has been exposed, the overall process might be more comparable to painting or sculpture or even jazz improvisation. Walda Bailey inspires me greatly. She uses intentional camera movement and multiple exposures to create subtle, abstract landscapes. She says, "My objective is not to portray a literal representation, but rather depict my feelings evoked by the landscape. I try to find something extraordinary in the mundane." Pepe Pentosa, a Spanish photographer, has made popular a technique called "in the round." In this technique, he walks around a subject taking photos and then combines all the shots into a multi-layered image. He says, "For me, it is first of all symmetry or rhythm, harmony of the colors, the way they are mixed or relate to each other, and in this regard, it is like poetry or music." Irene Coon is a multidisciplined artist. She says what really counts is the final image you obtain, not what tools you use. And last of all, Michael Kenna, who produces minimalistic black and white photographs. He says, I often think of my work as visual haiku. It is an attempt to evoke and suggest through as few elements as possible, rather than describe with tremendous detail. That's it. And now I would like to invite you to share some of your favorites. Whether you're a nature photographer, portrait, still life, I'm sure you have photographers whose work you follow and would like to share with us. Thanks for watching.